I told my husband, I said, I'm going to look back on my life and I know that these are going to be some of the most amazing days of my whole life.
If you feel like you're failing as a mom, that means you're doing your job right because you care enough to worry about failing.
It's okay if your house gets dirty or your laundry is piling up. Like, just give yourself a little bit of break, because having a baby is it's like a new job. Like, it's like a new 24/7 just job. And some of the stuff that was really easy for you to do before is probably just going to go to the wayside. And so it's important to just give yourself permission to let your house get a little bit dirty. Try not to let it bother you too much.
It's gonna make me cry. I'm gonna look back on these nights where I was standing there rocking him, and they already seem beautiful to me. Those have already been the most amazing time. So I think that if you can just learn to surrender, if you can just let this little baby be your boss, you'll save yourself a lot of frustration, and you'll be present for so much joy. If you'll let your eyes sort of be open to that. There's a lot of beauty in those sleepless nights.
Put it in your schedule, and don't feel guilty about that. A lot of moms feel guilty about taking an hour to themselves to work out, but knowing that your kids are safe, they're gonna be okay, and you need this time to be a better person, better mom, feel better about yourself.
Motherhood is not a sprint. It is a long, hard journey that is full of hurdles and full of joy and full of sadness and everything in between. And you have to just keep trudging through and know you're doing your best, and know that rainbow is there always, and that you're an amazing mom, and you have to keep giving yourself that grace. Just keep giving grace to yourself, because I have to keep giving grace to myself.
I want them to do things that are going to make them happy, to not miss out on life because they're so worried about things or, what's right and what they should be doing. I want them to know that the world is a beautiful place and there are beautiful people in it. I want them to be kind. I want them to be good. I just want them to be happy.
I may not get that workout in. I may not get the bathrooms cleaned. And it definitely, some days is easier to go, hey, no big deal. And other days, sometimes I do think, God, I should have done that. I should have gotten something done. And really, I did a whole lot.
I knew I did as much as I could. And I remember my dad coming in the room when they were going to prep me for the OR, because he, of course, their firstborn and their only girl, so he was super nervous and, upset and emotional. And he came in there, and I remember him looking at me, and he was like, "You did great. Now it's time to meet your daughter."
And they reached out to us and they said, "So we're thinking that if we end up pregnant, we would like to give you a baby." And I came over and she's like, "I think I'm pregnant already, but I'm not sure." And she peed on the pregnancy test right in front of me, found out she was pregnant. We laughed and hugged and cried, and she was so excited. It was like from the beginning, she was almost a surrogate for us.
I want them to be compassionate, have respect for themselves and others, and honestly, have constantly be working on their own emotional intelligence, because the ability to grow and the ability to know that life is all about constantly growing, I think that's the most valuable thing that you can do throughout your entire life, is just recognize that none of us are ever done. We can all improve still.
You really do go through this rebirth, and that just because the baby's born doesn't mean that everything doesn't change with you. And it starts from the minute you give birth. From that minute on, your emotions are crazy, your hormones are crazy, everything changes inside of you, in and out, physically, emotionally, mentally, the list goes on. And you don't realize how much of an impact it really has on you. And even if you're the strongest woman in the world, you still need support.
One wish I have for my children is that they grow up to still be caring. I feel like right now they're so they're so sensitive and caring in ways, you know, they hit each other, of course, but they're sensitive and caring when once they see someone get hurt, they immediately they want to go help. They want to make them feel better, you know, and I hope that life and as they grow, they just don't get, you know, scarred by the world or just, you know, can't think of the word right now, but build up a resistance to having that helpful, sweet soul.
You're doing your best, and it may not feel good enough, but you're still their world, and it's more than enough for them.
To take care of yourself, let go of all the insecurities, plug into a positive place, plug into positive relationships, and honestly, to let go of all of the negative things and the hurt from the past. Just let it go and decide to go in a different direction every day, choosing joy, choosing yourself over over those negative thoughts, and believing in those possibilities for the future.
Is that when I'm standing there and I'm so tired and he falls asleep and his little head's on my shoulder and his little body fits against me, that instead of rushing to put him down, I would stand there and hold him for 20 minutes. Because it's that amazing.